retired Brigadier General Newsmax contributor Blaine Holt. Great to see you this morning again, General. So we know that envoys Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner on their way to Doha to meet that Iranian delegation right now. The president said that it was Iran who called the meeting, even though they're now saying no talks are actually expected. So what should we make of all this? What progress do you actually see happening this week?
Oh, well, I see big progress before they even get on an airplane, and here's why. There's confusion coming out of Tehran on the hour, by the hour. Why? Because the IRGC, these leaders, Galibaf, Aragachi, Pezeshkian, they're all fighting each other. There's infighting. And at the same time, the wolves are knocking at the door. They have the Iranian people that are revolting in the cities. They have the Kurds that are massing on the northern border. They have the Iraqis that not only exposed Iranian spies and sympathizers through their politicians, but they've uncovered billions of dollars that were going to be laundered for these the affiliates, the proxies. And so they're all throwing rocks at each other, and anything they say now, it's only for the Iranian people to try to stave them off. They're not going to control the straits. They know that. They know that we're not really offering a deal at all. We're offering them terms of surrender. And so we're going to get there. There's going to be a few more missiles flying, I think, and a few more bombs. But this stuff about hanging on the edge of your seat for talks, wouldn't worry so much about that. There may be talks, there may not be, but we're going to kick their can down the road, not the other way around.
Yeah, Blaine, this is the thing that gets me. We're literally debating and arguing over whether we're going to meet in person or exchange notes to each other through a third party. This just seems to be kicking that can down the road. So you're saying it's us that's doing it, not Iran this time.
Yeah, we're taking their strategy. We've stolen it for ourselves, and it's now our strategy. And hey, how is life in Tehran? I heard that the food is kind of sparse and that you have some water problems, and your currency's worth nothing. Ooh, those revolts must be getting nasty. That's where they're at right now, and they are throwing language in all directions. And again, it's most of it is not aimed at us whatsoever. So if they say we're not coming to the talks, they're just trying to show the Iranian people we're in charge. See, we're telling the USA the way it's going to be. No, they're not.
That's exactly what's happening. I want to move over to the other side of the conflict because you still have Israel fighting off Hezbollah, saying Lebanon isn't doing enough to eradicate Hezbollah. With this conflict still raging on there, can this really all end with peace?
So throwing rocks at Lebanon right now is like throwing a rock at a guy in a wheelchair and saying, what's wrong with you? Get up and walk. Their economy is not doing very well. They've had a cancerous tumor called a parasite, which is Hezbollah for quite some time, and yet the Lebanese army is standing up. It's getting vetted. That's the important part right now. And it's very eager to work with Israel in the south there to establish the security zone and to get rid of the last of what's now going to be a very broke Hezbollah with a few rockets and a dog named Rex left. And they'll get rid of that. And then what we'll have is sovereignty on the Lebanese side, security on the Israeli side, and a good path towards this thing called the Abraham Accords.
You had the second cup of coffee this morning, Blaine. All right. Before we go, though, I got to move over to the other war that we're rarely talking about with Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin actually acknowledging on Sunday Ukrainian strikes were causing problems for Russia. That doesn't sound very Russian to me. What's going on here?
Well, let me remind you, Mark, and you know this as a political hound yourself, there is a NATO summit coming right around the corner. And if you don't show progress, the piggy bank isn't going to get filled up with a bunch of money. The killing fields need to stop. Yes, there's sporadic drone success, but this lauded stuff about land being retaken and things, that's just ridiculous. Look, I'm with the valorous Ukrainian army. It's fighting as brilliantly as it can with what it has, but quantity is a quality all unto itself, and you're not going to beat Russia. You're not. So what President Trump wants to do, and where he was emphatic at the G7, is we are going to diplomatically end this war, and that's what has to happen next. But the NATO summit is going to drive a lot of the politics, a lot of the messaging, and the articles that you're going to see. Unfortunately, it's because of what's going to happen in Istanbul. It's not what's happening on the battlefield.
All right, so much going on. All right, General Blaine Holt, thanks for joining us this morning.
Have a great day.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.